What's up, fight fans? Welcome to my channel. This is Johnny, and in today's video we're going to be going over the statistics that nobody talks about when mentioning this weekend's world title fight at 130 pounds in Texas between the champion O'Shaquie Foster and the challenger Stephen Fulton. Before I continue, I want to say thank you to all the new subscribers, everybody who's been with me since day one. Could you guys remember to like this video? Hit subscribe. 65% of you who watch my content consistently haven't done this yet. Find the notification button on my channel so you can be notified every time I do one of my daily professional betting live streams. One more thing, join our professional VIP betting Discord. That link is pinned in the comments section below. It's a couple bucks a month. It's not just boxing. We have MMA, American football, basketball, all sports. Click that link to learn more. All right, guys, another busy week and weekend of boxing. We've been all around the world from Monaco to the US, and this fight card is a massive one taking place in Texas. We're gonna go over a world title fight between the champion O'Shaquie Foster and the challenger cool boy Stephen Fulton. In this video, what we're gonna do is break down both fighters' careers. We're gonna talk a little bit about how they go about their business, and like always, stay tuned to the end of the video. That's where I'll be going over the current Las Vegas odds and be giving you my prediction and telling you where to put your money. All right, guys, cool boy Stephen Fulton. I gotta be honest with you. In his last fight versus Brandon Figueroa, he was coming off a get-back fight, and then we remember the fight in which he was getting outgunned and he got stopped in the 8th against Naoya Inoue. The Fig fight, I actually picked Figueroa to win that fight. It was a rematch, and I give flowers when flowers are due. Cool boy Steph had a career rejuvenating performance. He went viral for his performance. He went viral for his fight kit. We know about him rocking the replica Timberland boots in the ring with the jeans, and he looked good doing it. He showcased his high-level boxing skills, switching stances, fighting in the pocket. We saw him basically depict where he wanted that fight to take place. You got to remember, though, he got stopped against Inoue at 122. He fought Fig at 26. This fight is at 130 against the current world champion, who, in O'Shaquie Foster, we last saw him get his belt back November of 2024, over a year ago against Robson Conceição. The first time they fought, if you ask me, I was pretty shocked. It was a controversial decision. Foster loses his belt, he gets an opportunity and gets it back, and we are where we are today. This fight, everything is on the line. I also want to mention, when you're thinking about where you're putting your money, and we're going to get to the odds in the seconds, don't overlook size. Don't overlook a side. People were talking about PBC. This is a Texas fight in the state of Texas versus a hometown boy in Foster, who is a beloved Texas fighter from Houston. Fulton is the Philly kid. It's just another fun narrative to think about. The fighting town of Philly versus the fighting town of H-Town. So we'll have all these answers soon enough. Right now, I do want to take a closer look at Stephen Fulton's career and see what he's been up to. Guys, Stephen Fulton is 23-1. Of his 23 wins, 8 of them are by knockout. Of his 1 loss, he got stopped. Out of 1,770 fighters in the world, at featherweight, he's ranked number 4. He's fought a career total of 173 pro rounds and carries into the ring a 35% career knockout to win ratio. Stephen Fulton is the WBC World Featherweight Champion. The 31-year-old American is a 5'6" orthodox fighter with a 70-inch reach. He was born and raised and lives in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, USA. We last saw him fight Figueroa the second time, 25-1-1, won a UD in the 12th. Castro, 30-2, won a split in the 10th. Inoue, 24-0, he got stopped in the 8th. Roman, 29-3, won a UD in the 12th. Figueroa, the first time, 22-0, won a majority decision in the 12th. And guys, the 2 fights before that, Kagai, we just saw fight for a world title, and Angelo Leo, who's a world champion, Fulton has beaten. So he's been in there with some really tough opponents. We've seen him go up from 22 to 26. He's going to be fighting at 30. He is a champion at 26. It's going to be really interesting to see how he deals with the size disadvantage. It's going to be cool boy Steph who's going to want to be on the front foot with his volume. If you're Team Fulton, you're going to have to bank on the fact that he's going to outpoint, outpunch, and depict where that fight takes place. Right now, I do want to take a closer look at Shock and see what he's been up to in his career. Guys, O'Shaquie Foster's 23-3. Of his 23 wins, 12 of them come by knockout. Of his 3 losses, he's never been stopped. He's fought a career total of 170 pro rounds, carries into the ring a 52% career knockout to win ratio. He is the WBC World Super Featherweight champion. The American Orthodox fighter stands at 5'8.5" with a 72-inch reach. He was born in Orange, Texas, and calls Houston, Texas, USA home. We last saw him fight Robson Conceição the second time, 19-2, won a split in the 12th. Conceição the first time, 18-2, lost a split in the 12th. Nova, 23-1, won a split in the 12th. Hernandez, 34-1, won by stoppage in the 12th. When you look at Shock Foster's losses of the three, two of them happened early in his career as he was making his way up to fighting 12-rounders. This is a kid who's had fights at 140 pounds before. Keep that in mind. He's going to be the bigger guy. He's going to be the longer guy. I give him the boxing skills when we talk about countering, speed, power, all of this. I did a couple polls on my YouTube channel and on my Instagram channel, and you'll see them right now. And over 1,000 people voted. On Instagram, 75% are picking Cool Boy Steph to win. And on YouTube, 60% are picking Cool Boy Steph to win. I find that quite, no pun intended, shocking. I'll get to my prediction here in a second. What Foster is going to want to do is what he always does. Rely on his sharp counterboxing, his sharp angles. His backhand is really underrated. His knockout to win ratio over 50%. Doesn't jump off the paper, but he could crack as well. And he likes using that shoulder roll defense. If the knock on Foster, it's going to be his lack of output. So we're going to have to be reliant on judges in terms of what fight style optically do you like. You're going to get a guy in Fulton who's going to be on the front foot, wanting to fight in the pocket, throwing more punches, versus a guy like Foster who's going to want to make Fulton pay for his offensive mistakes and land those counter punches. Before I give you guys my prediction and take a look at the Las Vegas odds, I want to remind everyone I do daily live streams. In those live streams, we go over our weekly long parlay from all the fights throughout the world. We talk about our props, our underdog of the week, our method of victory. In these Stats Don't Lie videos, like the one you're watching now, you're only going to get my money line prediction. All right, guys, wherever you are in the world, let's pull out your betting apps. Like I've been telling you on my live streams and in these Stats Don't Lie videos the last few weeks, Australians, don't use Sportsbet. Sportsbet, if there's a draw on any fight, you lose because they force you to do three-way betting. You pick the winner, but the draw brings up the odds. So if it is a draw, you lose. Use Bet365. It's two-way betting. You pick the winner. The draw just voids the bet. On the money line, it is literally 50-50, $1.86 both ways. Whichever side you choose, 100 on whatever fighter gets you your money back, plus 86 bucks. It's literally a coin flip. On paper, I'm actually shocked. I think Foster should be the favorite here. I think Foster is the better boxer. Foster's going to have the size advantage. He's going to have the reach advantage. He's the more skilled counter boxer. If you are on Team Fulton, you're going to have to rely on that pressure, and you're going to have to rely on him landing something big to get Foster's respect. We watched Fulton get knocked out against a small 122-pound fighter. Anyway, and Fulton took place at 122. This fight's at 130. We haven't seen Cool Boy Steph win by knockout since 2019. Why is that important here? Because the minute Foster realizes that Fulton doesn't have the power to keep Foster off of him, he's not going to be using the entire ring. He's going to then stand his ground and rely on his counterboxing. And don't sleep on Foster's backhand, his straight right hand. That's the punch I'm going to be looking for. That's a great counter of his. And regarding where Fulton wants this fight to take place, in the pocket, I think his defense is leaky enough to get caught a few big times. We'll see if Foster uses his body work to set up the up top game. Only time will tell. I'm going all in on the champion at 130. I think he's going to look great in this fight. I don't want to hear about inactivity. Neither guy in the last few years have been that active, so I'm not going to really use that as a talking point to say I'm favoring this guy or that guy because one's been more active. They're both kind of similar over the last 2 years. After this fight, I'm convinced we're going to hear "and still" for Shock. You don't have to agree with me. This is not an echo chamber. In the comment section below, are we going to be looking at Cool Boy Steph as the new champion at 130 as well as 26? Either way, let me know. Also, if you haven't seen my breakdown, prediction, and analysis of another firefight on this card between Pitbull Cruz and Lamont Roach, stay tuned to the channel because that's coming up right now.